Hello and welcome to Tom's Tech Muse and part 3 of my home theater tour. Before we get started, I'd like to invite you to check out some of my AV reviews at www.avnirvana.com and tomsmultiinterest.com. In this segment, we're going to talk about equipment choices and how things have grown and changed with the room. If you like this content, please like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. My passion for music and the equipment used to play it back on began somewhere back in the 60s. And through the years, I've gone through a lot of different equipment, some good and some not so good. Fast forward to today, and I've definitely gone back to the idea of music first. So this room was definitely built with the idea of being able to enjoy a movie and listen to music. Let's start with what is the heart of any home theater or media room system: the preamp processor or the AV receiver. To handle the multifaceted role of the preamp processor, I chose the Marantz AV7703, replacing an Integra DHC 9.9. The Marantz added Atmos processing, along with some very sweet analog sounds featuring their HDAM discrete analog preamp modules, and using an excellent implementation of the AKM AK4458VN DAC. In addition, the Marantz added plenty of new processing power and input-output flexibility. The main right-left amplification duties is handled by a Parasound Halo A21 amplifier. This 2-channel amplifier offers 250 watts RMS per channel into 8 ohms and an astounding 400 watts per channel into 4 ohms. This very high current amplifier operates in Class A/AB mode, giving you about 8 watts of pure Class A power at low volumes. The Parasound Halo series, designed by master amplifier designer John Curl. The Halo series is also designed with no capacitors or inductors in the signal path. The 5-channel Parasound Halo A52 Plus handles the surround and center channel duties. With all channels driven, this amplifier can deliver 180 watts times 5 into 8 ohms and 255 watts times 5 into 4 ohms. Biased to work in Class AAB, this amplifier also delivers about 7 watts per channel of Class A power at lower volumes. For the less critical Atmos amplification duties, I drafted a Parasound Zone Master 450 amplifier. The 450 supplies 4 channels of Class D power, delivering 50 watts into 8 ohms and 100 watts into 4. 2 300-watt Class D amplifiers mounted to the back of the rack power the tactile transducers on the front row and rear row of seating. The amps are repurposed subwoofer plate amplifiers that work just fine for driving the tactile transducers. I've had a wonderful opportunity over the last few years to listen to, audition, and even review many good speakers. For my front, right, and left speakers, I chose the Golden Ear Triton 1 reference. I chose them for their fast, open and airy high-end and velvety smooth mid-range. A solid low-end is provided by 3 woofers/subwoofers powered by a 1900 watt per channel amplifier. The cabinets are tuned by 4 opposing quadraphonic planar infrasonic radiators in each cabinet in lieu of a port. Center channel duties are handled by the newly installed Golden Ear Supercenter reference speaker. This 2.5-way speaker has a high end handled by the same folded ribbon driver tweeter found in my big floor standing Triton 1 reference speakers. Low end is handled by two 5.25-inch drivers and mid range by two more 5.25-inch drivers. The bass and mid-range are housed in three separate chambers and tuned using the passive radiators you see on the top of the cabinet. The Supercenter reference is a perfect timbre match to my Triton 1 reference speakers. Back and side surrounds are my trusty BG Radia SA320 in-wall speakers. These speakers feature two 8-inch planar mid-range drivers and one 3-inch planar ribbon tweeter, along with two 5.25-inch Kevlar woofers. I upgraded to Atmos a few years ago and installed four Polk RC60 speakers in the ceiling. My main subwoofers, I chose two Rhythmic F18 subs with an 18-inch aluminum cone driver powered by internal 900-watt RMS per channel Class D Hypex amplifiers. I chose the Rhythmic because of their ability to dig deep while maintaining a very musical and tight sound. Much of the subwoofer's agility and conciseness stems from the fact they are servo-controlled subwoofers. For even more LFE, the Golden Ear Triton 1.Rs can also provide subwoofage through an independent LFE port on each speaker. Currently, I am running the Triton 1s in a full range mode and mixing some LFE back into the speakers using the processor. For even more perceived bass, I added two Earthquake Sound Q10B tactile transducers, also known as butt kickers. To increase the effectiveness of the butt kickers, I also built a shaker platform suspended on 18 rubber isolation feet. Let's talk briefly about the various sources that I'm using in this system. We'll start with my Oppo UDP 203 Universal Disc Player, playing everything from CD to ultra high definition disc. This player is my main disc player. Also in the rack is my seldom used but still working Yamaha CDC 755 CD changer. For my small vinyl collection, I'm using a Project Debut Carbon DC with an Ortofon Red moving magnet cartridge. What has become probably my most used source is my Apple TV 4K. Certainly more used because of its connectivity and flexibility and ability to access multiple streams with great quality. I also have a small analog mixer in the rack as well, which along with my MacBook Pro, allowing me to record audio when I need to and to indulge in a little karaoke when the mood strikes. I do use power conditioning as I think it's an important but often overlooked safety measure. For me, I use two Furman Elite 20 PFI 20 amp power conditioners and an ancient Monster Power Center used for peripherals like my network switch that are not connected directly to the AV system other than network ports. The projector is connected through a Furman power bridge that gets its power from one of the Furman 20 PFI power conditioners. My main amplifiers are plugged directly into the wall but still protected by Leviton 20 amp duplex surge suppressors. My subwoofers are protected by the 15 amp version of this receptacle in the main room. For display, I went with a framed and pre-tensioned screen from ViewTech in the 2.35 to 1 aspect ratio. The screen offers a huge 136-inch diagonal in a widescreen format. The projector I chose to fill the screen is the JVC DLA RS-600U projector. The RS600 is a 4K E-shift projector that offers a brilliant image just popping with contrast. For system control, I went with universal remote control. The base of the system is the now outmoded MSC400 Master System Controller paired with an MX5000 remote control. This system, while not the latest and the greatest, works great for me. Movies are wonderful displayed on the wide screen, and the sound is stellar. One of my intents was get back to the idea of music first, and for the most part, I think I have succeeded in this quest. Thank you so much for watching. Please check out my reviews and commentary at tomsmultiinterest.com and avnirvana.com. If you have an interest in travel, check out our sister YouTube channel at Cruise Muse. And lastly, if you found any of this interesting or worthwhile, please consider liking and subscribing and ringing that notification bell.